Sucker for Love Date to Die For is the sequel to 2022's indie smash hit Sucker for Love First Date. But does this one have enough to win you over? Let's find out. Hey everybody, my name is Warwick and welcome back to Warwick Reviews, where today we'll be checking out Sucker for Love Date to Die For, which is a horror/dating sim, which if you know the first one, you'll probably be very, very excited for this new one. It was meant to come out in February 2024, but it got delayed till April 2024. And we're going to go quickly through the game, see what I thought, the mechanics and all that stuff. But thank you for watching. If you'd like to like and sub, I would really appreciate it. Trying to hit that 1,000 sub number. And if you want to help us along that way, just press that button. I would really appreciate it. But many reviews down below and various content you can find, including Twitch, which is where I mainly stream, twitch.tv/Warwick. But without further ado, we'll get stuck in. So Sucker for Love Date to Die For, like I said, is the sequel from 2022's Sucker for Love First Date, which is basically a horror/dating sim where it's based loosely on the Eldritch horrors, sort of the Lovecraftian horrors. And this one we have the Black Goat of the Woods, Roxanne. You play a character called Stardust that, while investigating the mysterious disappearances plaguing your rural hometown of Sacramento, you end up kidnapped yourself. It's always a way, isn't it? Trapped in the dark heart of the labyrinthine woods, your only hope for escape rests within the pages of the cultist's strange purple spellbook. Amidst the scrawlings of madmen and images of otherworldly abominations, a passage describes how to summon the Black Goat of the Woods, Roxanne. The rest of the town seems to be under the throw of Roxanne's all-consuming aura of love, but for some reason you feel different. So that's basically the premise of it. And if you play the first game, you will be very much used to how the game works. So you basically enter this scenario, you come across Roxanne, and you find that they are an Eldritch beast, but also someone that your character quite likes for whatever reason. And you get into like sort of a dialogue with them, and you basically have to do certain spells. And each spell with the books, you have criteria. So for one of them, you have to collect certain items throughout the rooms. And then once you gather those, you can do the spell, do like a cantation, and then push you through to the next step until you either perish or you survive, basically. What's cool about this compared to the first one was there's more elements in this. So it feels like they've very much fleshed out the characters in the world. There seems to be more going on, where the first one, which was nice, it did feel very much closed into that sort of apartment. And it did feel like, even though it was talking about world-ending beings, it did feel like it was very much just you and whoever you're speaking to. So it was very linear. This is still linear, but it feels like there's more going on and there seems to be more of a world around, which is really cool to see, which I really enjoyed. And with that, more mechanics come about. So with the first one, there were certain like horror elements and stuff that you had to sort of do certain things and decide what room to go in. They've enhanced this like tenfold. So you've got this house and you've got this map, you've got various different areas you can go through and you can actually move around all like 360 and pick different areas. But you have to be careful. Because some points, there will be enemies looking out for you, and you have to make sure you don't get caught. So you've got this mechanic where you hold down the door, and you can slowly slide it across, and keep an eye and make sure there's no one there. And sometimes it will surprise you. Sometimes you might be safe. And I really like that because it kept me very much on edge a lot of times. Like at the beginning, you got a dialogue, you got the standard thing, you go, okay, I know what's going on. And suddenly it's like, oh, I'm actually in danger. I actually have to worry about my surroundings. And there's other elements, which I won't spoil here. Is if you want to play it, you can check it out for yourself. There are elements that you have to keep an eye on and remember that if you aren't watching out for something, so it could happen, and make sure you go to certain areas at a certain amount of times, and also decisions that you make, which can either be a good thing or a bad thing. And I just had a really, really, really fun time with this. It was great. The voice acting was fantastic. Everyone absolutely nails it. They really did. The art style is just, I love this art style. It's just very much sort of that anime style, Eldritch horror element. And I think they've done a really good job to sort of keep sort of the sexy, but also the horror elements. And it seems to work really well. It sort of combines two great elements into one, which is fantastic to see. One good element as well, there's a setting that you can actually have a warning for jump scares. Because again, I've spoken about this before, playing horror games or other games in general, is people want to experience games, may not like certain aspects. People do enjoy horror games, but they may not want to be jump scared or at least be aware of it. And what's great about this is there's actually a warning saying, hey, this room may have a jump scare coming up, just to warn you. And I think that's good. There's a lot of good accessibility to see. Or would I like to see more, like be able to change like the text or like the sizing or have a auto scroll? There's no auto scroll in this, so there would have been some elements that I would have liked to see. I think overall, great game. If you like the first one, you will love the second one. I think they've really upped it a notch. They really, really have. I think the work they put into it really shows. I had a wonderful time with it. It was generally tense and scary at points, which I loved. And the whole sort of banter and sort of the relationship between Roxanne and the other characters with Stardust was great. And it's just, I had a really, really fun time. And that's what it is. I think these games are good fun with a bit of horror in there as well. And what else is there to say? But thank you very much for watching. I genuinely really, really appreciate it. A bit of a short one, but it's a bit, it's like an indie game, so there's not much to say, just to say that I had a really good time. Again, my name is Warwick. I do Warwick reviews, as you're watching right now. There's many videos that you can find down below, various games that I've checked out. Let me know what game you would like me to check out as well. I always like to get recommendations. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Warwick, which I mainly stream on there 3 days a week. And you'll probably see me around other places. But thank you very much for watching. Please take care and make sure you don't read any cultist strange purple spell books.